Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm Mika Frankel, and joining us right now is the Hammer, Abraham Perez, ahead of his headliner at Legacy Boxing Promotions battle at 5 point. Gonna be taking on Mulapi and Njani. Quite an experienced opponent, sir. So first off, thank you for the time and how you doing?
I'm doing great, doing good. Good to be here. Thank you for the invitation. How are you? You doing all right?
Oh man, besides allergy season kicking up, I'm doing well.
All right, good.
How does it feel, man? Headlining on your card. This is the family promotion. You're here in Albuquerque where you've grown up, and you're a headliner. You're the name, the face on the posters. Give me the thoughts on how all that's been feeling.
This is gonna be my second time fighting under Legacy Promotions, and I wasn't really expecting to be a main event anytime soon. I don't know what happened. It just pretty much just happened, but I'm not really it's not like it's not phasing me in any way. It's like, okay, well, cool. I'm main event, all right, whatever. So no, it's cool. Aside from that, I'm ready for it. It's exciting. I'm excited. You know what? I have gotten a couple reactions from a couple friends and family, and they like it. They're excited too. They're like, okay, well, I'm gonna be there. Where are the tickets? Let's go.
The fight now, as we approach it, and you're looking at it, Malafi is a quite experienced foe, taking a huge step up in that direction. How do you feel about that aspect of taking on such an experienced opponent?
I feel like that's exactly what I need is because I won't be going anywhere if I keep on fighting the same two fighters that I have been in the past, or those types anyway. So the fact that he is experienced and he's got some experience under his belt, he's got quite a bit of fights, obviously more than me. I feel like I'm ready for it. I'm excited. It's what I wanted.
Not trying to call out anybody here locally, but it feels like all three fights, there's been this expansive opponent search, that process that had to go through to find somebody willing to step in the ring with you. Has that kind of been the circumstances?
It has, just because I guess I'm a small person, and the fight weights are 115, sometimes they're 110, 112, and I can make them easy. Those are my fight weights. I'm not gonna try to go up any higher and lose what my fight weight. So the hard part is finding a lot of people around that size, because people who are in their 20s are a lot bigger. I just got the short jeans.
So do you feel like just overall that's going to kind of push your career in an international trajectory probably?
Probably. It possibly might. I mean, before any of this, because we already knew it was already hard to even find my first fight, we're me and my coach were debating on talking about Deacon promotions, just going over there and just fighting over there, because there's a lot more smaller people. Over there in Europe, there's a lot smaller people. The brackets are full over there.
So that's still something you're keeping your eye on, and we could see in the future possibly?
Probably not. It's more like a coin toss. We'll see.
What has camp been like for this one? Before we started, we were talking about it. It's been, what, 6 months since you fought. For you, after what you were doing in the amateurs, this has to feel like a forever layoff.
Oh yeah, it felt like forever, because after the amateurs, my last fight in the amateurs was in France, and it's been about a year since then that I fought. I was actually supposed to have a pro debut like a couple months after that tournament over there, and it never came. It didn't come for a full year, and October came, and I get that one fight. It's okay, but I get, with all the sparring that I've been getting, it's been pretty helpful. So as
Has
far
it
as like the rest goes, I'm okay. During the time the pandemic hit, I was still fighting. I had 7 fights in that year. You know, it did a lot for me in the amateurs, you know, just because it gave me more fights, you know. And then you know, going into the pros, I only just got like 2. And it is a big transition because when you're in the amateurs, you weigh in and you fight the same day. If you win, well, you got to make weight to fight the next day also. Over here in the pros, it's more like, all right, you make your weight and you get the day to recover. So it makes, in a way, it feels a little easier, you know, because I don't have to make weight the next day, you know, before the fight. And it's more of like it's more of a jogging pace, the pros. You get that extra round to do a little more. In the amateurs, it's full on, you get your points, you got to get those points for 3 rounds.
Did there feel like there was an adjustment period during those first 2 fights? Because you already touched on it. You've had a lengthy amateur run, and you're used to weighing in, quickly refueling, and then fighting. And over these first 2, you had a lot of time to sit around then.
Right. Adjustment wise, I feel like I still need to adjust a little more, just because those fights, I had 2 fights, but those should have been 4 rounds. You know, 2 fights, 2 rounds. So I feel like I need more rounds in.
Do you feel like those first 2 fights were indicative of what we're going to see out of you? Or maybe even in retrospect, seems like you were wishing that you got a little bit more work in.
Yeah, I was wishing I got a lot more work in from both of those past fights that I had. Yeah, they didn't last no more than a round.
It looks like with Mulapi, you should get that opportunity. You're going to get some work in. He's an experienced guy, and he doesn't look like he goes down easy.
No, I don't think he's got a knockout in his record. Not from what I know, I don't think he does.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
correct. I
1,
just looked at it.
right? None, zilch.
Zilch, no knockout losses.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I'm expecting to go full 6 rounds on it. It should be exciting. I'm excited to just, you know, fill them out, get those rounds in, get the experience, and just absorb all the knowledge.
And stylistically, or at least body-wise, I think he's a lot longer than the other 2 opponents you've had so far as a professional.
I believe so. Well, as far as well, yeah, you're about right. He's about longer. Yeah, I believe it'll be a new challenge, but I am quick to adjust. And, you know, that's the main thing you got to do, is just you got to learn how to adjust to those certain types of fighters and styles.
Now, what was your first reaction to hearing that it was a 16-fight veteran that you were going to get to step in there with?
I was like, okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds fun. Like, you know, it didn't really like shock me in any way. I was just like, all right, yeah, let's do it. I'm fine with it. Let's go.
I don't know if you had the opportunity in the amateurs or if it popped up for this one maybe. Did you do some video studying, watching some of his fights? Because with the other guys, I didn't think they had a large enough resume to have any tape out there.
Right. No, I don't think I've seen anything like as far as videos. I don't know what to expect, but you know, expect the unexpected. Listen to my coaches or my coach. I just listen to him, and you know, I just trust in his knowledge and what he knows, and I'll just put out the outcome in the ring.
We've touched on those first 2 fights and brought it up a lot. They were nearly flawless performances. What did you feel need to be worked on, improved to keep taking your game to the next level?
Just adjusting with the styles, adjust to different sizes and styles and lengths. That's all.
We know that you're your own fighter, but as you look at the professional ranks, is there anybody that you see out there that you're watching because you like to pull from their style to put it towards yours?
I do, well, mainly all the Mexican fighters. I try to pull from their knowledge and what they do, how they do it. And I try to apply their tactics to mine. Just every Mexican fighter in general.
So do you watch the guys that are competing now, or do you look back from generations of the past?
I guess both. You know, you get those recommendations on YouTube. Oh, okay, cool, let's watch it, you know. So I'll watch it, I'll study like what's going on, and I'll apply some of what they do into my own.
We know that you head into every fight with a lot of confidence. Talk to us about confidence and how you're so confident.
I just remain calm. You know, the calmer you are, the more thoughts that you have. You know, you get to overthink, not overthink, but you get to think about, you know, scenarios and how those scenarios are going to play out, because there's a million different types of ways things can play out. Stay calm, feel them out, I guess, you know, first 30 seconds, because I mean that's about roughly the amount of time it takes to figure someone out, is around 30 seconds of the fight, the first 30 seconds of the fight.
The first 30 seconds? I may be a novice here, obviously. You have seen like 1,000 times more boxing than I ever will, just with all the international experience that you have. I've seen fights that doesn't feel like much happens in the first 30 seconds. How are you able to take away so much in those first 30?
Yeah, well, you know what? I could be wrong too. Stepping into the professional ranks, because I don't know. I don't really know. I'm still adjusting also, but in the amateurs, you know, it's more of a sprinting pace. You already see this guy already throwing and feigning and jabbing and trying to counter you and things like that. So yeah, as soon as you start the first round in the amateurs, it was always like, bam, you're already going, you're at it. And by that time, I was able to figure someone out within that time frame. So in the pros, it might be a little more different. It'll probably take maybe, you know, the first round or something, you know.
Over the last year, how much does the sparring adjust? As you said, you've been used to this amateur style and it's the sprint, and now it's more of a jog. You're able to take more in and slow down.
Right.
Does that translate also over to the sparring?
In the sparring, yes, it's more like you gotta tear yourself down and resculpt yourself back up again, to get used to how it is in the professional, you know, in the professionals. You gotta be a little more calmer. In the amateurs, is, you know, it's a lot of speed into it. Well, especially in my weight. In the pros, you gotta make the shots count. You know, you gotta be able to rattle someone's cage. You know, stun them. Yeah.
When I brought up confidence, you said it's off of remaining calm. When and at what point in your career did you learn how to have that composure, to be able to stay calm? Because most people would like to bring out again, there's a guy trying to punch you. I don't know how you're staying calm.
Right. Yeah, you get punched, and the first thing you want to do is go for a swing back, you know. No, as far as me, say if I do get hit, which, you know, guaranteed I probably will, um, just analyze it, think about it, and think about what's gonna come next after that. You stay calm, you get to figure people out within that time frame. You don't overthink, you just analyze what's going on, and by then, your confidence grows. You're like, okay, well, this is what's gonna happen. You know, you're able to identify, pinpoint exactly what's he gonna do, how he's gonna do it.
And do you remember a point in your amateur career where you started to notice and fully realize that you were understanding that skill of having the composure in the ring?
Yeah, probably when I turned open, you know, and I was able to go for the full 3 minutes, because, you know, when you're smaller, you go from 1 minute. The older you get, 2 minutes, 2.5, then you'll go to 3. You know, when you're old enough. And so, you know, I probably when I turned into an open fighter is when I was able to kind of like, you know, all right, well, I got this extra minute. I can think a little more. I don't have to keep just throwing, you know. You get that extra minute, you're able to think a little more, do more in that time. And that's pretty much how I realized, okay, well, because I can do more, I could also think a little bit clearer too. It's only been probably at max 3 people in our gym.
Oh, so it's a lot quieter, a lot more,
It's all fire. Yeah.
a lot more focused in kind of setting.
Yeah.
How have you felt about that individual attention?
It's all right. It's just been me and my little brother. I mean, my little brother, I give him a lot of props. He's been helping me out, you know. Uh he's bigger than me. He's already like in his 30s, like 135. Yeah, and I'm still like at 120. So yeah, he helps me out a lot. He's a little more of a tall dude too, you know, lengthy. He's a visual learner, so he also picked up a lot of things from my older brother Aaron. And he's applied it to himself, and he's got his own style also.
Oh man,
So
before we started this, you said it's been a while since I've seen you. So you're telling me since the last time I've seen Andrew, he sprouted up.
yeah, yeah, he's around like 5'5", 5'6", maybe.
Oh wow, yeah, he got a lot bigger since the last time I saw
Yeah,
him.
and I'm 5'4", 5'3", 5'4" on a good day.
How do you continue to in the gym maximize those best attributes of your game? We know the elusiveness.
I just stay on top of it. It's more of a stay ready so you don't have to get ready, you know? Say like I fought and I take a couple months off or, you know, a couple weeks and I get back. Well, now I'm back to square one, you know? Whereas say I fight and then I get maybe like 2 days off and then which is the weekend, and I'll come back. I'm right where I left off. And I could just apply to that. I could just keep getting better and try to perfect what I got going.
As we head towards the fight, it doesn't look like you've looked up Mulapi. I don't know if you've watched the interview. I actually talked to him a couple days ago also.
Yeah,
The feeling I get, he's a guy that had to get his way out of Africa, figure out how to get across the world. He's now here in America chasing his dreams. I feel like this is going to be a tough one because he is not going to go down easy.
right,
The first two guys, I don't think lived up to our expectations of pushing
right,
you. So is there an
right.
excitement factor thinking this guy's going to bring it because we know he doesn't go down without a fight?
Right. Yeah. And honestly, hearing that backstory, you know, I give him a lot of respect. He's a good guy, great guy. He's just chasing his dream, and I give him a lot of respect for that.
I look forward to seeing you in action. It's been a while. I'm super excited for it, sir.
Yeah. I'm excited too. I'm ready. Forget the anxiousness to get in there.
There is those nerves, those or anxiousness, whatever. You want to get back in the ring, right?
Right. Yeah. ASAP.
April 22nd, everybody. It's Legacy Boxing Promotions. Battle at 5 points. Abraham, you got a last message for everybody?
Come down. That's it.
Where can they pick up tickets?
They can hit me up personally on you know, Instagram, Facebook.
Awesome, sir. Hit up Abraham, y'all. Pick up your tickets. We'll see you there live at the South Valley Sports Complex.
All right. Appreciate you. Thank you.